Nanoting treasures, and the weather we've been having has been tornado warnings, high winds, snowstorms today. So we've had on and off internet a couple days now, and some of the families have lost of power. So it's been kind of crazy. I'll tape this and hopefully I can get it on posted tonight. We'll see what happens. Now this segment, once a week on glassware, this week I'm going to talk a little bit about uranium glass, Vaseline glass. Vaseline glass is uranium glass, but uranium glass is not necessarily Vaseline glass. So I got me my hummingbird cup of tea. Get yourself a drink. See you in a bit. Okay, here we are, back again. Did you get something to drink? Cheers. Alrighty. So, back to uranium glass. Uranium glass is an older term that is used to indicate glassware. Natural uranium was used to color glass. And that happened up until around 1830, whatever, when World War II hit. The Manhattan Project, Pearl Harbor, atomic bomb, all of that. 15 years about, within the period of 15 years, there was not uranium used for making glass. So, I'm not going to go into, I don't know a whole lot about history, but anyways, yes, back to uranium glass. The first was actually called canary glass, canary yellow. It was canary yellow glass. From there then was uranium glass, and from uranium glass now it's known as Vaseline glass. That's how it became known in the 20th century. Why? That looked like the Vaseline, so it became Vaseline glass. It looked like petroleum jelly Vaseline. So once that happened, then about in the 19th century came about, the glass makers realized they add certain minerals and different temperatures of the glass, then they could produce a range from the transparent yellow greenish glass, uranium glass, and make it opaque. What is opaque? See my first video, slag glass. I explained that in that video, but you could Google it if you want. I prefer you watch my video. It's pretty funny. Yeah. Okay, so best tester now with the opaque, that's like more like a custard glass, custard, or in Burmese glass, that's the yellowish kind of color that they have. And you can tell opaque, the custard Burmese glass, it's a type of opaque colored art glass. It's yellow and it turns to like a pink rose color. Burmese uranium glass. The formula to produce the Burmese glass, it contains uranium oxide. Uranium, almost said Uranus. So sorry. Uranium oxide with a little bit of texture of the gold added. And the uranium oxide produced the soft yellow coloring of the Burmese glass I'm showing you pictures of now. And that is Burmese custard Burmese type glass. Collectors today define Vaseline glass as transparent, semi-transparent, and for any uranium glass, that's what they call it. But that shouldn't really be, because Vaseline glass was only yellow, the yellow greenish transparent look. So technically, that's the Vaseline glass. Uranium glass is also the custard glass, Burmese glass. That can all be uranium glass. Show you some pictures here, and you can see that. Now, some transparent yellow or yellow-green glass, you add different additives other than uranium, which they've figured out how to do that now. The glass makers know. You add certain minerals, chemicals, whatever, not uranium, but it looks just like the Vaseline glass. But it's not. It's not really uranium Vaseline glass. The chemistry of uranium that makes the Vaseline glass glow is not radioactive. A lot of people think that is, and the research I did, because I thought it was too. Not that it was radioactive enough to hurt you, but I did think it was. Well, in the research I did, I found that chemistry of uranium that makes the Vaseline glass glow, it's not radioactive. And it wouldn't make any difference whether the glass contained depleted uranium, which is what they used after World War II. They used actually depleted uranium with certain parts removed. That's what makes it depleted uranium. And I'm not a chemist, or scientist, or whatever that would be. I'm not sure. I just know they call it depleted uranium. And if that's removed, or if it's just the actual natural uranium, the chemistry is exactly the same. So either way, uranium, it's gonna, under a fluorescent light, it will fluorescence. So the UV light is the true tell. Yellow Vaseline glass, yellow, green, whatever it might be, Burmese, custard, all of that. Put it under a UV light, and that's how you can tell it's really going to be uranium glass. So when they know now how to put in chemicals and make it look like uranium glass, make sure, because it may not actually be uranium glass. Collectors today, the Vaseline glass as transparent or semi-transparent for any uranium glass, but it should not be, because Vaseline glass was only yellow, not just transparent. So Vaseline glass, like this candlestick holder shown here, it is a term for transparent yellow to yellow-green glass that owes its color to the uranium content. Some might argue that this green sugar bowl in the picture, that it should not be considered Vaseline glass because of the additional color, which that's what gives it that darker, the greener color, which that is probably iron added. So that has been used in addition to the uranium to produce that green color. So some argue that no, that's not actually Vaseline glass. Guess that's more a matter of opinion. Don't use it as Vaseline glass, and they look at it as it's the green, then a lot would consider that as just depression glass. And that's okay too, in my opinion, depression glass. Even though if you put it under UV light and it glows, that's fine. So in the late 50s, glass production resumed, of course, after the war. And that's when they actually started using the depleted uranium. But like I said, it doesn't matter if it's the depleted or not, it's still going to show through. But it was called the Vaseline glass because it looked like the petroleum jelly, Vaseline, at that time. So the coloring was both transparent. Collectors today, they define, like I said, Vaseline glass as transparent or semi-transparent for any uranium glass, and it should not be, because, like I said, Vaseline glass is uranium, but uranium glass is not necessarily Vaseline glass. Vaseline glass is always transparent, semi-transparent, and yellow, only yellow. There are some companies still today in the U.S. still making the Vaseline glass. Some of the companies I know, Boyd's, here's one, Boyd's Crystal Art glass. There's also Summit glass, and of course everybody knows Fenton. Love Fenton glass. And although there's no dinnerware pieces made today like there used to be in the beginning back when they first started producing it, pretty much all there are is decorative pieces. And I have finally my very first piece that's uranium glass, and I'm going to show that to you right now. Okay, so I have the lights kind of turned down. I'm going to have to get to that one. But this is my piece that I got, uranium glass. It's a little prayer Buddha type thing. Got my flashlight, UV light. So I'm going to get that light turned off and turn on this, and let's see what happens. Just to verify, is this really uranium? Okay, so isn't that pretty? So tell me, what do you think? Vaseline glass is uranium glass. Yes, but uranium glass is not necessarily Vaseline glass. Did any of that make any sense? Did you understand one little tiny bit? I learned a little bit. Hope you did too. See you next week. Stay warm, stay safe, stay healthy. God bless. Till then, thanks for watching. Bye.